Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, joined here by Unicorns of Love coach Sheepy after a win against Rocket. That wasn't too important, but it was a nice win to have in the board anyway, right?
Yes, that was a really nice win to have. Everybody's still very competitive from us. Hello, everybody. And since we've been going into practice as well, we really hate the mentality of just slacking off, sitting down and dying. So we're always fighting. We're always, somebody that we would like, if we can improve, we would like to do that. So yeah, and it shows today in the win.
You might want to fix your tie. Besides that, you still have to play Fnatic and Splice?
H2K.
H2, right, okay. So another 2-0, or like a final year 2-0 next week.
Yes. I'm playing against Hilly, so obviously I want to beat him up in game. Because outside of game, he's just stronger. I don't know whoever saw this, but he's just beating everybody. Even back in the day, Scott, who was working at Riot at arm wrestling. So this man is even Roma, actually. So this man is too strong. But in game also, he has really crazy performances lately. His Pyke is very scary. He's been playing bot lane with whoever goes bot lane, but he's the stellar player. So that's a sign as well.
Was it he that got called an unsung hero as well? I think so.
Yeah, but I think in a lot of times Hilly was like called the unsung hero.
Yeah.
Also, I think now when he face checks and he finds enemies, like people are more willing to start fighting as well. So I think he finds his stride. And I'm looking forward to play against him. We wanted to obviously win against them and show a sign of the passion that we have for the game and beat them. And for H2K, likewise, we just want to, go out with a bang.
The good news is that no matter what happens, at the end of the day, you will still have a better summer split finish than the spring split finish.
Oh, is it like this?
Pretty sure now. H2K can't get any more wins on the day. And last split, you were like 10th, right? So.
Yeah. However, reflecting on this, which is always like people are forgetting, when we went 10th place in Spring Split, we were actually 1 point away from going to playoffs.
Yeah, fair, for sure.
Yes.
But
it looks better on the standings to be instead of 10th place, the 7th place or 8th place or whatever. But I think that always it's like when you're losing a really close game, people are just like, oh, they lost 2 against Fnatic, they're shit. But even it's just like really, really close games. I really think like looking deeper into this. So I think that our spring split performance was really close. I think also if we had that before with Unicorns of Love, where we made every time the playoffs was not always like clear playoffs. Some splits were like very clear. We were first in our group or something.
Spring 2017, for example. But yeah, like beforehand, there were first split as well. But in between,
yeah, exactly. So for us, it was always like, okay, we had like 50% win rate, generally speaking. Lost against the bad teams, lost against the bad teams, won against the good teams. So I really think that spring split was really, really close, and I think with the team we had as well, if we would have gone playoffs, we had. I mean, same as right now. I don't think we're that weak off a team. We are playing in scrims really competitively against the best teams as well, and I think they can state for that as well. I think some people were even saying that in interviews too, that when they're scrimming us, that it's very competitive. So, yeah, I think in spring it was relatively close, and I think now in summer there was obviously things we need to do better. Overall I think that we grew a lot as a team.
And of course, there were teams like Misfits and Schalke who just came out of the woodwork and finally found their stride. And at the end of the day, realistically speaking, they just have insane rosters, and it finally showed.
Yeah. Well, I do have to think, though, that our roster is also pretty good. But I think it's harder for me. The thing is, I always reflect on myself that I could have done better, which I think is the best way, because if you push away responsibility, you also give away power to change your future. So if you say like it's everyone else's fault, then you really can't change much about it. So I think that in the roster we had, it was totally doable for us to reach playoffs or be one of the strongest teams in Europe. But there were like a lot of things that kind of went wrong. Where Icky, I've been around so long already as well, and coached, every time to playoffs and finals, and we won IEM and stuff like this. I think from my perspective, this team was not like, ages away from the other rosters we had before, and there was just like some stuff like Totoro coming in with like a little bit of English problems. I think finding together as well. Matti was kind of new to the team. We had the whole Colt coming in as well. I think his mentality was like good, but I mean compared to how he's now, is like and now he is like really, really on point. I think he's really enjoyable person and player as well. And then second split, we had the whole Samuk situation as well, which kind of sucked. Not to like throw away responsibility, there was obviously ways for us to have a better coaching schedule and maybe invest energy differently, and with more time, I hope I find better expertise in it. But yeah, this is like some of the reasons why, what I can give insight to how come we performed so badly this year compared to all the years before.
And again, I have to say though, I feel like the UoLCS has, specifically in Summer Split, improved a lot. And just like the player material we have at this point, the team material, like teams coming up with sports psychologists left, right, and center. You guys got a sports psychologist as well, yep. Sure. But I mean, when I look at just the infrastructure of Misfits, I mean, they have like three substitutes, they have 3 analysts, they have a sports psychologist. That's just a mass of people that you don't have available, human resources that are
that's true. So I really do think though that one of the biggest pluses, which is not so obvious in our case, is that the people that we have, or the player that we have, are just so incredibly, I mean, I think the word nice is so ridiculous compared to what I was trying to say, because like nice guys is like, who cares? But they are just so good-hearted people, and like so kind. good working, like good mentality. I really do believe that in the future they'll be successful, 100%. We'll see like some of the faces again, and I think that this is not something that adds towards a win all the time, but over the longer period of their life, I think that they'll be ending up in better places than perhaps other people, because just the way that they have been growing, as like from my perspective, and how they've been dealing with other people and with problems, was just really heads up. I've been really, really happy coaching this split. Also compared to the years before, it was very enjoyable and also pushing myself. But just the atmosphere was just very, very great.
That's good to hear. That's a good note to end the split on. Essentially, you have 1 week left. We frankly don't know what's going to happen in 2019. That's all up for Riot to decide. But I guess the last week will be a week to end the year on a bang.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know exactly what's happening in 2019 as well. We have a lot of different options. I think especially with our brand, it's so open. We have, the reason is also we come from a background where we have like a very small organization in terms of what people are there, and our organization totally builds on the people. Like an organization is just a framework around the people that are playing. I think I say that every time on an interview here, but it's like this, and for 2019, whatever we decide is best, we'll go for. But we have so many people that have over the years come to love Unicorns and have been supporting us. Really, shout out to so many people that just along the way, like they're always adding something. And our cooperation with Lagardère is working extremely well too. We have gotten sponsors now with Wacken and Deutsche Bahn, and more to come as well. And whatever happens in 2019, I'm really, really not worried. And there's obviously like different paths, but whatever is going forward, I really think that Unicorns of Love is like indestructible for what it stands as well.
So, in theory, it's not going to be an option for you to say, like, let's say Riot doesn't accept Unicorns into the franchise system, and what then would most likely happen, and I've talked to Mark Schnell in an interview, for example, and he said, yes, there would be a payout to teams. So it's not an option for you to just go, oh, yeah, okay, we'll get like, I don't know, 1-2 million because of the 3.5 years we spent in UoLCS, and just, okay, I'm going to go on vacation now, bye-bye. That's not an option, or maybe maybe a vacation in between and then return.
I mean, that's unlikely, because I really do enjoy the job I'm doing. I don't know exactly how it goes with Unicorns of Love itself, because if we are staying in the LCS, obviously that's a way different path than if we're not going towards LCS. Mostly I will give that over to my father. For me personally, I'm not exactly sure how the future will look like. Obviously, for me, my number one goal is to coach high professional League of Legends. This is in the highest level that I want to do most. And the second tier is working with the people that I enjoy working with so much, like my father and everybody in the family. Unicorns of Love in general is just awesome. But yeah, I don't know exactly for me personally what will happen, but for Unicorns of Love as the organization and what we're standing for as well, there's definitely like, it's a bright future, really.
Would you consider leaving the Unicorns to like coach a different LCS team and stuff like that?
The thing is, I really do enjoy coaching like high professionally, and I've been like growing really close to Unicorns of Love. At this point, it's really hard to say, because I've not been in the thing. I also don't want to end up just. The thing is, I love coaching so much and helping people to improve. It's really hard for me to see not doing this and just like having a desk job or something like this. And I really love working with my father, so this is definitely something. It depends what comes up in the future. But yeah, I will see what comes up in the future. Basically, it's really difficult to say at this point, but. Whatever will happen, we will stay in contact. I'll give you a bit of update at this point, and yeah, it's such an interesting part of my life as well. So right now, the time.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's pretty wild for sure for everyone involved.
Yeah, especially when we founded Unicorns of Love, and previously Rainbow Bunny Lovers. It was always with the idea that we're doing what we're loving. So. If we're not accepted to go to the UoLCS or for in the future, I mean, I don't know what will happen with me as well. So, yeah.
Maybe.
But that's something. It's really hard to say as well, because it's relatively early right now.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we will talk with you coaching G2 Worlds next year or something like that.
I mean, I really, it's really hard to say right now. But we'll see. Overall, I'm more interested where League of Legends itself is heading.
That's true. Because
I have had also calls, like talking with different people. I've been like around a long time as well. So I just, and now that I have a little bit more time because we're out of the playoffs run, I'm starting to get very invested into what's exactly where it's heading and where are the playmakers and so on. And yeah, I mean, now starting franchising in EU and NA it already has, like the next years will be super important for esports.
For League of Legends specifically. Maybe
yes.
Unicorns of Love Fortnite team 2019 coming down.
Maybe Riot Games brings out a new game or something like this. Like there's so
League
many.
League of Legends 2.
League of Legends 2. Exactly, the second one. Very good.
I'm very excited about that one. Maybe it's going to be an MMORPG, we don't know.
Oh man, I really have no clue. Like if I had any insider information, I would give it. Of course.
What would you be hoping for?
Oh man.
Dream game. Is it still going to be a MOBA?
I don't know. They have so many options. League of Legends as a brand is so amazing because you have like the whole story arc behind it. It's not just like they slapped like, oh, I'm strong man and I'm a tank. No, it's like actually there's a lot of depth behind it. So I think anything story driven would be a big plus for Riot Games and would be a miss out if they don't do this. I think people are invested also in their characters. When you saw the Amumu trailer or stuff like this with the song where people are really like, okay, that's something. The idea behind the champion is something I'm feeling represented in, and not just this like Jinx is crazy, Braum is here. Like they have all those cool characters, and so good job to them. And yeah, maybe an MMORPG is actually interesting, but it's Riot Games. You never know.
Never know. I was very excited about the Varus one. That's my favorite besides the Jinx one.
Also really
super cool. But yeah, anything you want to say to the fans?
I have just gratitude. Like really, I've spotted like I said like six jerseys, but you said like 12 or something like this in the crowd. It's amazing. We have so much support, even though that we're not performing the best in the league. I think people are just so nice. Like it's so nice. And then afterwards we went to the fan meet as well, and they come and they give you hugs and they ask for all the extra autographs and they're super supportive. So like big thanks. Also new faces I'm seeing every time with Unicorns Love jersey, and it's something I've built in all the time, and that people are so supportive of everything that we stand for, and all the people you can't buy that with money. I think people don't understand this, so big thank you.
I wholeheartedly agree with that one. Would you like to create a hashtag for the people that watch until now?
Hashtag love wins.
Hashtag love wins. Put it in the comments. This was Sheepy and Darius from the Shotcaller, who's apparently gone in a second. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that video. This is a generic end card, of course, so make sure to click here for a different interview, or here for a different interview, or about here to subscribe to the Shotcaller. We very much appreciate your support, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.